Record. All right, guys, we are here. It is March 8th, 8:35 on this beautiful Friday morning, coming to you full of excitement, full of gratitude, and full of perspective this morning. I'm going to get into that perspective in just a moment, but if you are a guest at this call today, first time at Keep It Moving Group Coaching, please raise your hand, give me an emoji on the screen if you're a guest, first time here in this environment. And I'm not going to call you out, I'm not going to make you embarrassed or anything like that. We'll wait for later on, that comes later. But if you're a guest, just give me a hands up or give me a emoji on the screen. Joel, I don't see anything from you, my man. I know you're a guest. Give me an emoji, give me a hand up if you're a guest here on the call. Still didn't see anything from you. Joel, thank you for being here, my man. Can you hear me, Joel? Sebastian? Okay, we're going to move on.
I can hear you.
All right, cool. All I'm asking is if you're a guest on the line today, throw your hand up or put an emoji on the screen so I know where you're at. All right, cool. So if you're a guest on this call today, thank you for being here. Thanks for being present. I'm going to go to one person and I want them to share what to expect from this group. I'm going to go to Princess. Princess, if they're a guest on this call today, what can they expect from this room?
Good morning, everybody. You can expect a lot of energy, a lot of collaboration among the team. Everyone brings so much insight to these meetings, and being fairly new in the game, I've learned so much from everyone, and I'm just taking in bits and pieces from everyone, and just applying it to my business. So that's what you can expect from this meeting here.
Beautiful. I love that. I love it. So I see Lena Gonzalez, Joel Sebastian Gamajoa, Dorian Britt, and if I've missed that, Rigo Cortez. I think you've been here before once or twice. I don't know. You look familiar, my man. Nonetheless, wherever you're dialing in from whatever city, town, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending this time with us, because there's other things that you could be doing with your morning. And so I'm always grateful, and I will never take your time for granted. So let's get right into this. We always have somebody bring us out on the field during these sessions. I only choose somebody that actually has their camera on because these calls are recorded. So I'm actually going to go to Stephanie. Stephanie, you were at my house yesterday. Thanks for being here. And if you guys missed content day, it's all good. We're going to be doing these. And what I'm trying to do is just rotate through people that didn't come to the first one. And so I'm going to go to Stephanie. Stephanie, share with us the sentiment of the day. You're bringing the team out on the field for this beautiful morning. And you guys, I got 3 screens here of people. There's not many cameras on. Would love to see your faces. Let's go, Stephanie. Hit them with your sentiment for the morning.
Hi, guys. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's having an amazing morning. I think for people in real estate, this is something one of my old bosses would always say. Friday is our Monday. Most of the real estate is sold over the weekend. So happy Monday, everyone. I hope you all get out there, you grind, you help some families. I had an amazing conversation last night with the family, and it really put everything into perspective on why we do what we do, right? We're here to change people's lives. We're here to help people create generational wealth. So I hope you all have an amazing weekend. Get out there, meet some families, have lots of conversations, and I wish you all the best this weekend. Go get them.
Cool. I love that. I love that. It's really, really great to see you. So thanks for being here. Ophelia, was that just a hand up saying hi to everybody? Or did you have something you want to contribute?
I wanted to say something.
All right, let's hit him with it. Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to say good morning, everyone. But I have my first little mentee on the line, Anna Monge. She just joined the team, so I want you guys to all give her a welcome. She should be on the line. If she isn't, well, but she's on here. She's excited, y'all. She is on fire, and I'm just on fire with her. So
beautiful, beautiful. I love this. So you guys, I have some thoughts, and I have some sentiment, and I have some perspective for you guys, and I really, really want you to. My hope is that this lands and that it hits home for you. Excuse me. So Otis is on the call today, and Darnell sent me a reel last night, and this is somebody that I'm a huge fan of. And if you're in the Bay Area and you appreciate independent music that sounds like the Bay, right? I feel that this person epitomizes the Bay Area sound. And I don't care where you're from, we all have a sound. I'm from San Diego. There's a reggae, there's a hip hop, there's this infused ska sound with the music. It's like no other. the Bay Area, there's a beat. When that beat comes on, you know that it's Bay Area. And what I love about this guy is this guy, La Russell, and if you're not following La Russell, make sure to go and follow La Russell right now. What La Russell has done is he stood on a pillar saying, you know what, I'm going to do things independently and I'm going to do it organically. And if I put out a song, instead of me saying that this song is $9.99, let you choose what you believe the value of that song is. I don't care if you pay me $1 or if you pay me $100. I want you to just listen to the music. And so what he's done is he's built this brand and built this identity without having to rest on the shoulders of any type of record labels. And he's done everything independently. And the dude is straight from Vallejo. He is now making over $1 million, probably millions of dollars. I saw him 2 years ago open up for Russ at the Greek Theater, and I didn't really know who he was. And I've been watching Otis do interviews with him. He is showing up in my feed every single day. And I'm like, how does one person produce so much music? And it's just a standard that he set for himself. And I watched that video last night, Darnell, and it really put some things into perspective. I want to share this with you guys because what he is doing is the same thing that you guys are encouraged and inspired and implored to do every single day in this game. And Darnell, I see you shaking your head, so I want to get your sentiment on this. What you guys are doing in the real estate game is exactly what La Russell's doing. And here's what he did. He owns his visibility every single day. And he's going to grind and he's going to produce and he's going to blast content every single day. So when you see him, you're like, man, again, new lyrics, new song, new place, new content, new walk. Every single day, you get to see homeboy creating something, right? And it's no different from what you guys are doing. And he said this, when he first started posting content, he said, when he said got serious about releasing content, all right, that was the operative words there. All of you probably have some cool stuff on your phone. And what happens is there's this barrier, right? Of, oh my God, I shouldn't post this. Please raise your hand if you have something in your phone right now that you haven't posted. Please just raise your hand. For whatever reason, whatever block, whatever hurdle, I don't know what it is, fear, trepidation, nobody's going to like it. Who cares? I'm in the kitchen this morning frying eggs into a 6 into a K. My wife thinks I'm crazy. Maybe I am a little crazy, but it's part of me showing up every single day. But stay with me. He said he got serious about releasing the content every single day. And he said, check this out. There's 30 days in a month. And what I was doing is I was posting once a week thinking that I'm going to have visibility. He's like, imagine I only get seen 4 times a month. He's like, nah, he's like, I got to take this to a completely different level. So he's like, now I'm doing 5 times a day. And he said, imagine this. I'm posting 5 times a day. That means 150 times every single month. So for the year, that's 1,800 times somebody has seen La Russell's face on a video. Do you think people are going to start saying his name? Do you think people are going to start saying Ophelia's name? Do you think people are going to start talking about Timothy Chin? Do you think people are going to start talking about Princess Cole, about Darnell, about Stephanie, about Kelly? You guys are the same as what La Russell is doing. And I saw that and I was super moved. And that was the premise of my opening today. I want you guys to know that you have the ability to own it. Not everyone will like you. Who cares? You have the ability to double, triple, quadruple down on all of your efforts. So at the end of the year, whose name are they saying? They're saying the name that they see the most. And I'll tell you what, I got his music on Spotify. I got my daughter who's 13 years old listening to his music. I'm all for it. I'm reposting his stuff because I'm all for the messaging. That's my thoughts. That's my sentiment. I want to share that with you. So Darnell, you shared that with me. So if you could, my man, please tell me what hit you when you saw that video. So let's go to you, Darnell.
Oh man, I was actually gonna say everything you just said verbatim, so I'm stuck. No, no, but I definitely felt the same thing when I saw that post, and him saying that him releasing content is what shifted the game is the caption that took me by storm, because we all have a bunch of things that we've tried to record, or we recorded, didn't get it edited, or just it didn't look like the final product that we wanted it to be. So it just stays in our notes, or it stays in the dungeon of where it lays, and it never sees the light of day. But one thing that I wanted to share, if I was going to bring us out onto the field, was what I'm practicing right now is affirmative identification speech. So that to me means not identifying in the past mistakes or the past disciplines that I wasn't enforcing. So, for example, rather than saying, I don't smoke anymore, I don't drink anymore, I would just say, I don't drink, I don't smoke. It's not an anymore, it's not a I quit, it's not at all identifying in the past mistakes. So, with that, I'm a content creator. That's my statement. I'm a content creator. I do real estate. I do music, all affirmative, things that I know I can do and things that I'm going to do every day. So from there, it's just employing the action, putting it in action. That's it.
Man, I absolutely love it, bro. And you never know what's going to hit you, what you guys are going to get inspired by. Like, I lean to you guys for thoughts, inspiration. We share ideas. We're in DMs. And man, I appreciated that video so much last night. So thank you. So Otis actually has a deeper connection with Lil Russell, and I'm glad that you're here, Otis. So based on that sentiment, what's your thoughts, my man? You had your hand up. Would love to hear your insight.
I don't think Russ probably would wake up this morning and think that there's 57 realtors talking about him and his impact into us. Dude is a phenomenal human being. He is a phenomenon of genius, and the fact that we're taking from him and we can see what he's doing with his business on staying independent. When I did this video, these interviews with him, specifically this last one, he was talking about how he needed to stay independent. And I was like, bro, like, you're like my little bro, like whatever I could do, I'll get my salespeople and stuff to start looking into it, start talking to LRG and a couple of people. So that's how we locked down the second interview. And you could just see you can see the negative in him, that he was really confused in himself, that if he wondered if he can keep on being independent. But I mean, the dude took his bootstraps up and he kept doing what he's doing. He's probably made over $2 million in the last year and a half just off of doing this concept. So if we take this concept and we apply this concept to real estate, just think about the escrows that you can be in. And the fact that it could be an idea in your head that you put to paper. Puff and Pass was something that I created in my head and put it to paper. And the team wanted me to go a different route with some old Oakland rappers. And I was like, no, I want to use Lil Russell, because just like you said, Elias, like, this dude embodies what it is for all of us. Everybody on this phone, you'll be able to relate with him. Everybody in the Bay Area can relate with him. He's not talking about jacking. He's not talking about killing people. Dude is consciously rapping and talking about how he's taking care of his family. And the dude made all this money from his fucking backyard. And because you've become quite fan, Elias, I'm taking you to the next backdoor residency. We're gonna be rocking
Bro,
out, so you can see
please
that.
do.
You can see
Please
that
do.
shit in person. This dude is infectious. Go catch the episode Puffer Pass up right now on Hip Hop TV Live and Puffer Pass. I appreciate it, and you'll catch some gems from him on that. So shoot your shot. I did the interview. This was all a concept from pen to paper, and we just got Erica Badu to repost our show yesterday. So we're working with her team, trying to see if we can make her episode 2. So whether it's any business that you're doing, any idea in your head, see that shit through, and it will definitely take off.
Man, God, I absolutely love it. I'd love to get some thoughts and some contributions. I see people's hands up. Let's go, Nias. I don't know, David and Joel, if those are new hands. If those are not new hands, just go ahead and lower those hands so I don't get confused. Let's go, Nias, thoughts, contributions, and let's go to you, and then I'll go over to Joel, and then we'll start to shift gears.
Yeah, I had to kind of rethink of, like, go back in the in the past when Otis was speaking, but my daughters, they used to perform when they were little. They were like 7 and 9 years old. And one time they performed at a Black Expo in I believe it was in Berkeley. And I remember that dude. He was like 13 or 14 years old when he first came out. And my daughters now, they're in college and they're graduating and stuff like that. But it meets that same age group. But I remember him when he first got started, and he was doing expos for free and being independent back then. And so it's good to hear that he is doing what he's doing and had that accomplishment. I'm going to have to update my daughters and let them know what took place.
I appreciate that, man. Listen, you guys, go back to the math. Imagine, right? Some of you post one video a week. That means that your consumers got to see your amazing face, your expertise, and your value 4 times in 1 month. You guys, that's okay. But I take it that you're not in this business to be okay. I take it that you're not in this business to be subpar and to be average and live a life of mediocrity. I believe that in all of you guys. The essence of keep it moving is that we're keeping it moving towards our dreams, our goals, and our vision. Then why would you settle for only posting 4 times a month when you have this platform that is free, that is independent, that is yours, that doesn't cost you anything, to where you can go and send all that stuff to the editors and make you look like a king, make you look like a queen? You guys, there's some huge opportunities. Let's go, Joellen, and I'm going to shift the gears.
I was just going to say, is there any way we can get him on a group coaching call on a Wednesday or something? Because I want to hear him now.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean to Otis on that one, and I would love to have him here. And if you guys know anybody that has that story, obviously we talk about strategies and systems and tools and business, but if there's just some, entrepreneurs that have grown, I don't care what business they're in, feel free to shoot them over to me. I'd love to feature them. I'd love to have them on. I met this veteran once that lost his leg and now is a motivational speaker. I bought his book. So yeah, feel free to let me know. But let's shift the gears, you guys. I have a couple thoughts for you guys. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a breakout session. I think this is going to be really effective and really fun. So how many of you, I'm going to shift the gears right back into production and taking action. How many of you have ever called a FSBO or stopped by a FSBO's house because you saw a yard sign and you wanted to talk to them about potentially listing their house with you? Have you ever had a conversation with a for sale by owner? All right, cool. So Blessing, typically, how does that conversation go? Just give me high level, just give me a couple cliff notes. Like typically, what are you calling that FSBO for and how would you talk to them? What would you talk to them about high level?
So my refined conversation with them after many trials is, I see that you're on the market yourself right now. I do have buyers in the area. Can I preview it so that I know if I can present your home, if it meets the criteria for some of my buyers? That at least gets me in the door to have a conversation with them. But it's also about me doing my due diligence, and it takes the pressure off the front end of the conversation. So I was only able to schedule one. The preview was there and it didn't meet the needs for any of the active buyers I had. But I did ask him, like, why did you decide to sell on your own? And he had just had such a bad experience with, agents and just didn't want to pay the commission and was really firm on him doing it himself because he had past real estate experience and had enough brokers that he could consult. I didn't get the appointment, but at least I was able to get in the door and have the conversation, starting with the preview approach.
Awesome. Awesome. Here's something that I heard somebody do, and this is a top team in the entire United States of America, and I felt like it's applicable to us. This is part of our business partner relationship through EXP, and I heard this, and I thought that, wow, we've never done something like this. So here's the thought, here's the sentiment, here's a challenge, more to say. I think that if you are going after for sale by owners, which obviously we know all the challenges, we obviously want to help them and give them the exposure, right? And do it the proper way. Well, a lot of people might not be ready for that, but what they're probably doing is they're probably trying to host an open house on their own. Safe to say if they are, maybe they're not, but if they're trying to host an open house, and what happens is that a buyer might feel a little bit gun shy actually talking with the seller of the property. Maybe they don't want to talk to them. Maybe they feel it's going to be difficult to negotiate with the seller of the property, though with the owner of the property. What if we are talking to for sale by owners in a way that, hey, I want to make sure that, hey, if you don't want to sell with an agent, that's cool. I would love to be able to host an open house for you. And if somebody comes in and they want to purchase your home, obviously I'll turn that person right over to you and you guys can handle that. I don't have to be a part of the mix. But if there's 30 people that come in, all I want to do is I want the other 29 people. I want to be able to serve and help those people in the community. So I'll do that for you guys. I'll put out all the signs. I'll be out there for you guys and I'll host it. And by all means, if someone wants to write an offer on your home, I'm going to turn that person over to you. I'm just looking for the other 29 people that were just stopping by and that house is not for them. So I want to use that as a vessel. And then based on them seeing me, how I show up, my style, how tenacious I am, my energy, my spirit, my marketing, maybe then they'll have a propensity to want to choose me to list their home because I am simply doing an open house. So that's a thought for you guys. And it's unorthodox, and it's unorthodox on purpose. And you're absolutely right. That comes from Kyle. This comes from Dan. These approaches work, but we have not done this. And I think we could capitalize on this. We can capitalize on it. First is saying, hey, I want to stop by. I think I have a buyer, which you may have a buyer. Sometimes they're just adamant about not listing the home at all with an agent until they can see the value that an agent can bring. Let's go, Will, and let's go, Joellen. Hit your screen and then it will appear on the bottom. There you go.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. No, I hit it a few times. Just to give an example of something like this, I've got a buyer in Nevada who wants to buy a mobile home park in Clear Lake, and did some calls. He didn't like the ones that were on the market. I found one that's a for sale by owner. They did not want to list with an agent. And the way that I approached it with the owner, I just said to him, I was like, look, I do have an interested buyer, but I don't want to present all the financials and all that unless I have at least a non-exclusive listing agreement with you that's going to guarantee if I'm representing you as a listing agent and all of your financials and trying to sell to a buyer, that I get commissions on both sides. And I further explained to them, I'm like, look, if for any reason this guy passes, even though this is in his price range and exactly where he wants to buy, I will already have all of your information. I will give it a full marketing push. And in non-exclusive listing situation like that, I'm not going to front thousands of dollars of marketing, but I'll have all the financials and I will have a legit listing that I can market, push all across my platforms. So that was a concept that I put into play this week. That is all happening. We're going to do a non-exclusive listing agreement, but who's selling mobile home parks in Clear Lake right now? It's not, there's not a huge amount of competition there. And so I'm going to take that approach over the next couple of weeks and try to line up a couple of multifamily buildings using the same technique and see if I can get 5 non-exclusive listings out of it. So.
Beautiful, man. I absolutely love that. Joellen, let's go to you. And, for the people that don't know, Will's a 15+ year veteran in this business. And, so he knows this stuff. Let's go, Joellen.
Yeah, I think the script that I've used, well, what I've used before is, hi, Jane, I noticed that you have been on the market for a couple of weeks, and I wanted to see, have you had any open houses recently? Because I haven't seen them online. And she'll say, yes, I have. I said, oh, okay, well, what kind of feedback are you getting from people? Oh, I'm really not getting any feedback. Okay, that's what I've heard from other owners in the neighborhood that I've tried to sell their home. I would love to host an open house for you this weekend. And what I'll be able to do is get the feedback from the buyers, and then I can share that information with you. So that's the pitch right there. So you come off as a friend, a neighbor that wants to help out. You're going to be able to gather that information, take down their name, and then try to get them a buyer, and then also try to win the listing.
100%. Because here's the thing, you guys, listen, nobody wants to be told that their children are bad. And I'll make a point here, right? Even if someone's kids are bad, if you tell them their kids are bad, no, they're not. They're great kids. They're angels, right? Same thing with a home, right? If a buyer goes to an open house that a seller is listing, the buyers are not going to want to be 100% honest to the sellers because they don't want to offend them, right? They don't want to offend them. But listen, this is psychology 101. But they would be the first to tell Nias, you know what? That house smelled weird. All the decorations and the clowns, it creeped me out. And oh my God, it just that back room and all that stuff. And it was so much clutter. They won't tell the seller that. They will not tell the seller that. But guess what? They'll tell Ophelia. They'll tell Michael. They'll tell Anna exactly what they thought about that. So what you guys get is you guys get truth. You get truth that a seller will not get because people are fearful to hurt someone's feelings. We get to be that buffer. So I want to encourage you guys, if you're out there talking to FSBOs, take the situation and take the conversation down a different path. And then them seeing you, how you show up and how you represent yourself, maybe that leads into a appointment. Make sense, everybody? Kind of flip the script on something. Does that make sense? We can do something like that. All right, cool. what I'm going to do here in a moment is I'm going to open up some breakout rooms. And here's what I want you guys to do in these breakout rooms. When you guys are thinking about connection, about conversion, I want us to lean heavily into our email marketing campaigns. I don't care if you have 50 consumers in your database or if you have 5,000 people in your database. On some way, shape, or form, or excuse me, in some way, shape, or form, you should be emailing consumers. Now, just like a video, your email needs to have a hook, something that's going to bring that person into that email and allow them to read downhill and take action on whatever that email is about, right? Interest rates just dropped, ... Did you know that ABC just happened in the market? Are you still thinking about purchasing a home in Natomas, right? I'm talking sweet, short, and to the point. What I want you guys to do for a second is I want you to put your ad agency hat on right now. And if you have examples of emails that have really worked for you, if you have examples through Mixmax, if you have examples through MailChimp, or if you have an example of an email that you've sent from Follow Up Boss that always gets good responses and good open rates in your breakout rooms, share with each other. And here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to come up with 5 taglines, or excuse me, 5 subject lines that would make you or make the consumer open the email, right? And here's a great example for you. If you're using Real Scout right now, and you have people that are actively looking at homes on your Real Scout, take one of the addresses, 125 Main Street, house with a view, ... 123 Main Street, entertainer's backyard, ... 123 Main Street, room for your shoes, ... Oh my God, don't miss this, ... Like, what's going to get somebody to stop, just like your videos? When we talk about hooks, there's so much that we're doing as an ad campaign in our videos, right? Hey, if you're this, you're going to want to watch this, right? So when you think about your emails, it's the same thing. And here's what you want to do. You want to keep your emails short, sweet, to the point. Because if I'm taking a shit, I don't want to go through this long old email. I want to be able to look at it, read it, and decide if I'm going to take action on that or not, right? So here's what I'm going to encourage you guys to do. We're going to go into breakout rooms. We're going to do this for 10 minutes. And what you guys are going to do is you're going to A, share what is working on emails that you've already sent out. B, give examples if you're using Mixmax or if you're using MailChimp. And then C is you guys throw out some ideas of what a subject line hook would be and then what a brief body of that email would be. Something simple, 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 simple. I want you to capture your audience with a subject line. And then I want you, after this, we're going to deploy our plan on how many people we're going to be sending these emails out. Does anybody have any clarification questions before I put you guys into your breakout rooms? Please raise your hand, take yourself off of mute. I want to make sure there's clarity behind this exercise. Everyone good? Can I get some thumbs up? All right, cool. Can I get an agreement from everybody that is going into these rooms that you guys are going to give your thoughts, contributions, even if you feel that your hook is not that good, throw it out. Throw it out, because there could be something in there that we could refine. Email marketing. Email marketing is slept on, and it is a huge opportunity for all of us. I can look at all of my analytics from my MailChimp, and I can see 47%, 58%, 41%, 30%, what hit and what did not hit, so you can analyze and you can get better. So ad campaign, you guys are going into the boardroom right now. You work for an ad agency, and now you're saying, okay, Stephanie, what is your thoughts? How can we hook them in? How can we get people to stop in their tracks? You're going to think about your subject line as your hook. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna organize some. Erica, ooh, she got ready. She went, all right, I'm ready for this. I'm gonna put you guys into individual groups. Have some fun. Somebody will probably always be a leader in these groups. Have some fun with it. But I'm gonna break you guys into, let's see, assign automatically. Let's go. I think I could do 8 rooms. Let me see, create. All right, cool. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rooms. All right, I'm going to apply those rooms right now. I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes, and we'll come right back around 9:15. Have some fun, get involved, small breakout focus sessions. You guys are an ad campaign, go. Or ad company, go. And then join your rooms.
Elias, can you hear me? I think it's disconnected.
What's that? No, I'm here.
Oh, I don't think I'm in the room.
Wait, you're not?
I don't think so.
All right, so I'm gonna assign you right now. I'm gonna assign you to 4. All right, cool. All right, you're there now. So just hop in that room. All right, Kaleem, are you ready to go to a room? Kaleem, can you hear me, bro? Okay, Kaleem, I don't know what's going on with your audio. Chris, are you here, bro? All right, Sarah, are you here? Chris, you here? Christian, are you here? Okay, all right, admit.
Sorry, I'm here, but I'm not here. I just got out the shower.
Okay,
So-
I'm gonna put you in a room, Sarah, just so you can be in a
Oh.
room.
Yeah,
Are you,
listen, thank you.
but no, you're already assigned to a room. Can you go there?
Oh,
Hold on. Let me find your name really quick.
oh, I see. Join breakout room. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can go.
Okay, cool. And
Thanks.
I'm gonna go. You got it. Christian, can you hear me? Christian, check. Chris, you here? Chris, you there? Chris, you here? Chris, you there? All right, guys, we'll come back in the room in 1 minute. All right, guys, we will come back in 1 minute. Hi, Ash. How the heck are you?
What was that?
I said, how the heck are you?
Oh, I'm good. Good. Just going to Bible study. That was a great group. Like I got a lot of good ideas even for my newsletter because it can translate.
All right, cool, cool. Let's I want to hear from people. I want to hear from, what were some of the hooks and how they can go and apply this right now. So let everyone get back in the room. It usually takes about a minute. Get some feedback from you guys, and we'll go full tilt on this conversation.
We got you, Elias. We got a full tilt concept, baby.
Oh, I love it. I love it, bro. I love this, man. I love it. All right, cool. So I'm gonna.
Can we go first because I got to go take my mom to the hospital?
Well, absolutely, and hopefully mom is okay. So
Doctors.
let me make sure that everyone is back in. And okay, cool. All right, let's go here. All right. Okie dokie. All right, so we are back in. All right, so let's go to Joe Ellen's group. Joe Ellen's group, what were some things that you heard? Let's go to you.
Okay, we'll go ahead and give them our idea and our hook.
Cool, guys. So we were just kind of talking about things that are viral, not just in video, but, with maximizing your database. And, you see these videos everywhere right now. They're kind of cheese, where people are like, we're musicians. Of course, we're going to put out new video, or of course, we're going to do this. We're musicians. So we put together a concept saying we're more than realtors. Of course, we know how to serve our communities and hold community events. We're more than realtors. We work it fast. We do everything that we can to change this, that, or the other thing. Of course, we know where the hot spots in old Sacramento are. Of course, we know where the best running trails in your town are. Just putting together like a cool, we're going to take whoever's willing to throw the concept in. We're going to shoot videos and go down to Old Sac today since it's content day. Shoot a couple of videos down there, like on the bridge, some iconic sites in Sacramento, and send that to the Shredditors to lace together a viral video that we can all, whoever chooses to be in it, we'll throw that into all of our different platforms. So we have a great content piece, kind of like showing our company and our town and what we're doing. And then we're also going to send that out over email distribution list, over whatever CRM we're doing to get some exposure and make the most out of the day.
All right, cool. So stay with me, and I love all of this. Good stuff. Tell me an email hook. That's what I want. I want a subject line hook, and all the other stuff is great, but I want to make sure that I understand what were the conversations around email subject line hooks.
We're more than realtors.
Cool.
More than realtors, showing why we are different than the 900 other people that who have a real estate license, right? We're more than realtors. So.
Okay, cool. Joelle, I love this.
Yeah, just going with the trending that people are seeing. Of course, we're realtors, and that'll probably get them to open it up, right?
Cool. And then I shared this in one of the groups, like have some fun with this, you guys. If you have a client or you have a database of people that are cold or not responding, did I get ghosted, ... Is it you or is it me, right? Hey, want to make sure that I'm sending you the right properties. I haven't heard from you in a couple weeks. Do you like the properties or not like the properties I'm sending you, right? Quick question. Are you still thinking about purchasing a home in downtown Sacramento? Yes or no, right? Saw this 123 Main Street, Entertainer's Home, setting up my tours for Saturday or Sunday. Did you want to go see this house? Yes or no? Simplicity, you guys. To duplication. So, Joellen, I love that. Hopefully, mom is okay. Has a positive doctor's appointment. Let's go back to you, like.
Thank you. Oh, and the subject line too, when you're writing it out, make sure the first letter of each word is capitalized.
Totally.
Always.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why that's so important, but it is. So
Yeah.
let's keep cruising on. Let's go over to who else is going to contribute from their groups. What did you hear? What were some good subject line hooks? Let's get your hands up. I think, is that Ilona? All right, Ilona, let's go.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, by the way, I have your charger and I'll bring it next week.
Okay. We had a really good group. Naya shared a lot of things that I thought were really interesting. He picked a select group of people to work with and he sent out an email. And he basically made it as you have been selected, and that was the you have been, the name, and then you have been selected as the subject line. And then he talks a little bit about interest rates, but really what he's saying is that I am focusing on these 10 people right here. You guys are my priority, whether that's credit repair, whether that's this, we're going to get these 10 people into a house. Who's that 10 people? And so I thought that was really interesting. Something that I shared was today is International Women's Day, and everybody should take the opportunity to send an email to their database that just says the person's name and something like, John, today is special. And just wanted to wish everybody an International Women's Day. If you are a man, then happy International Women's Day to your mothers, your sisters, and your daughters. And something just doesn't have to do with real estate. I think it's going to be really powerful. One of my most powerful emails that I sent was someone's name, and it just said, I don't remember the subject, but it was like a check-in, just like, how are you doing? Showing up as a person, not as a realtor, is sometimes just as important.
I love that, Ilona. I love it.
Yeah, we also had one question. So I know the luxury of using MailChimp versus your follow-up boss, because people can unsubscribe from your MailChimp, but still be active on your CRM. One of the questions that I have, and maybe we can follow up with this, is what's the best way to get the people that are in your CRM into your MailChimp?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really ask. I just put them in my MailChimp.
But do you do everyone by hand, or is there a way to export and import?
Yeah, so you create your audience, right? You create a list on a CSV file on an Excel, and then you export that entire list into your audience in MailChimp.
Oh, and you can tag him. Okay.
Yeah, and so here, as we're looking at this, and I'm looking at my analytics as we're having this conversation. A 42 open rate, 43%. This one is 45%. It's a pretty strong open rate, and then I can see, based if I view the report, like view the email, I can see who's opening that, so I can really see like what people are responding to. And so knowing like what hooks are actually working, that's why this exercise is important. You guys have to put your ad agency hat on and figure out like, what are some really powerful hooks that are very, very short? Nobody wants a long email. Nobody wants a long email. So Ilona, good stuff. Good stuff. Let's go over to, I saw a few hands. I want to make sure I don't miss them. Otis, Hugo, I think Sill's hand was up. Sierra, let's go, Otis.
We had a really good group. We had some really good lines in there. As being upfront and being up to date what's going on, as you guys know, rates have dropped a lot. Stephanie made a good point on, could you use the extra 200 or even something playing with it political right now, because it's election time too, is presidential slashings or something that you said is going to be catchy. I also mentioned about a few partners that I used. I've seen it being very, very relatable and usable, and then the open rate was really good when a couple of partners of mine that I were sending video text messages. I mean, if you're just going to be randomly popping out in somebody's inbox, kind of like how you popped up in our room, like you want to make sure that at least being front, because I feel like when I'm in front of somebody, not only does it relax me, it makes me feel like I'm actually talking to someone instead of just typing words. So those are good. And then keeping up to date what's going on, because you don't want to send the same boring ass follow up or just checking in. So some of those things are big on playing into what's going on and giving something, because us as realtors, we're always wanting something, wanting to set an appointment, wanting you to get pre-approved. So if you can put something in a tagline that makes it feel like they're getting something, it's a no-brainer. They're gonna click on it.
Yeah, really good insight. Really good insight. I love this. And to go back to Ilona, some of the best emails is, are you okay? Right? Is everything all right? Right? Hey, real estate aside, I haven't heard from you for a while. You stopped your search. Just want to make sure everything is okay. And if there's anything that I could do on my end for you, hope all is well. Literally, that human connection will get you so much more traction. So good stuff. I appreciate all this. Let's go, Hugo, and I'll try to get to one more before we close session. Let's go, Hugo.
I'll be quick. I'll be quick. So just to bounce back on Ilana's question about transferring people from Follow Up Boss to the MailChimp, I checked with Follow Up Boss and there's no more integration with MailChimp. So what you can do is you can create a free Zapier account and then create a Zap formula with the AI thing that they have. And pretty much my process is like, let's say somebody walks into an open house, I put them to my Follow Up Boss. On top of adding them to Real Scout, I just add the MailChimp tag and then they're in my MailChimp every week. So Zapier and you can do it
It's
there.
called Zap.
Zapier,
Zapier.
Zappier. And Hugo, if that's something that you know how to do, why don't you please connect with Ilona? This is something that could totally help us all, and maybe we can do another class on this. But you guys, I'm going to pause there, and unfortunately, I'm not able to get to everybody's hands. But did you guys find this exercise effective? Yes or no? All right, cool. What I want you to do is I want you to start writing, and I want you to write some hooks. And now the same type of flow that you should be going through with your emails, or excuse me, with your videos, you should be doing that with your emails. And I want you to look in your emails, the ones that you don't use for business, the ones that have all of your Kohl's, your Target, your BOGO. Every single day, I promise you, I could pull up my Elias at gmail.com. And I find all of these ads every single day. Target, 20% off, this, click here, spring sale, all these things that get me to click, right? You have to think about yourself in that same manner. Like, how can I constantly give people something to click? And it all comes from the subject line. If the subject line is garbage, I'm not even opening your email, right? And so think about that. Write this out, have more workshops, have more think tanks, and make sure that you have a really great list of subject line hooks. And we're going to go more into this. So before we head out, I want to go to one person really quick. Rigo, you were a guest of ours today. First off, how'd you find out about our group, and what was one takeaway that you took from our group today?
Actually, so Kenny and Kuhn are the one that told me to join the group today, and Kenny's the one that gave me the link. One thing I took today, I like the mindset behind every agent that's in here. The mindset that everybody has and how to improve, how to keep becoming a better agent, not just be stagnant where they're at. That's definitely one thing that I like. I liked a lot from this group or from this meeting for sure.
Awesome. Well, Rigo, looking forward to talking with you more in the future. And let's go over to Lena Gonzalez. Lena Gonzalez, how'd you hear about our group, and what's one key takeaway from our time together today? Let's go.
I got invited from Kelly, and I'm super excited to be here. One thing is definitely the energy that you bring and that you carry on to your other agents. I am a mortgage lender, and I connected with Kelly a couple weeks ago, and it's, I talk a lot, so I'm just going to go on my tangent. Like, it's not like with the subject lines, it's really important, like someone said, to make sure people know that you're just a regular person. And I also had an idea, like, we should be putting people's names in there, because it's not like we're just going to throw all our contacts in a regular CRM. We want to make sure that, you're reading that we care about that person, right? So I thought that was great, and definitely taking away gems from this. So thank you.
Yeah, well, you're welcome anytime. And you guys, listen, it's a serious part of your marketing. And just like every single part of your marketing, you should be really putting some thought and some writing behind it, brain dumping, and figuring out what's working and what's not working for you. This is a constant evolution, because the ad campaigns are going to change multiple times throughout the year, multiple times throughout the week. So I'm going to head up to Sacramento for Content Day. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you to all of our guests. As always, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision, and go out there and make it a day that matters. Peace.